Hello, my name is Troy Gray. I'm the director of Spindletop Bladesmith Boomtown Museum in Beaumont, Texas. Today we are in the blacksmith shop, and if you didn't know, we have blacksmith classes. Our next one is on November 13th. It's going to be a basic bladesmith class, so students will be able to take a railroad spike and make that into a knife. That's usually a very popular class, so you would want to call today to get your spot. But I thought we would come in here. First of all, our anvils were used by the blacksmith back in the time of Spindletop. So these, you can't hurt an anvil and that. So I looked up some history of the anvil, and I thought that was kind of interesting. So I thought I would bring you some of this. So the early smiths used stone hammers to beat the copper and lead, and stones served as their anvils. Pieces of meteorites that appear to have been used as anvils also have been unearthed. These meteorites are quite hard and consist mostly of iron with a bit of nickel and other trace elements. Eventually, both hammers and anvils were made of bronze. A number of bronze anvils have been found and dated to between 1200 and 800 BC. Axes, daggers, and similar weapons and tools were cast in open molds chipped out of stone. The molten bronze was poured into the stone mold and covered with a clay cap. After cooling, the casting was reheated and hammered to harden the metal. About 1700 BC, the Hittites in Asia Minor discovered iron and how to smelt it. Iron is harder and tougher than bronze, and soon the Hittites were crafting superior weapons. They dominated the Middle East for 500 years before the civilization finally crumbled. Iron weapons appeared among the barbarian tribes of Central Europe about 700 BC and were spread westward by the Celts, who dominated much of Europe from 650 BC until they were subdued by the Romans in about 100 AD. Iron anvils have been found in Roman ruins, and anvil is mentioned in the Bible. So early anvils were made of many materials, including stone, iron-bearing meteorites, bronze, and iron. After the process for making steel was discovered, the soft, raw iron anvils then being used were fitted with a hardened steel faceplate, and when cast iron became available about 1600, it was much cheaper than steel, so some anvils were made out of that material. So a lot of this information I've found online. It was there's a lot more to it. I just thought I would tell you kind of the beginning of the anvils, but it's really cool that we still have the anvils from the real blacksmith way back then. So some things are coming up. Next weekend is Museum Madness, and we start that weekend on Friday night. We're going to have our Spindletop Spookfest. This year, unfortunately, we're not going to do the games because of the COVID virus, but we are going to have candy. And then after that, at 8 o'clock, we are going to show a movie, Night at the Museum, to start Museum Madness. So bring out your lawn chairs, blankets. We'll have some chairs out here for people, but we're going to show the movie out here. I hope it's really great weather because it's going to be great. And then after that, downtown, there's going to be the pumpkin walk and eat a bug and dinosaur day and touch a truck, all downtown. There's probably a couple others. I'll have this all on our social media. And then the next day will be our next open mic night and community picnic. That's on Sunday the 24th from 4 o'clock to 6. So a really great weekend. Then coming up will be a Girl Scout Day. So if you're a Girl Scout, contact the Girl Scouts for that. They'll have the information, but they earn a badge out here. And then the next week after that, November 13th, is the car show for the homecoming. And then we're already thinking about Christmas. You can't wait for Christmas. It's going to be beautiful out here. So put those all down. We're going to have some more information. We're getting this up. So just put those down on your calendar because it's going to be a great time. And if you can, buy a membership to make that all cheaper for you. Thank you for joining me.